Welcome to Hawkeye Soaring Network, home of Hendricks and Hawks sports. And now, let's take you to the broadcast booth with the voice of Hendricks and Hawks sports, Sam Ressler.
Good evening, Hendricks and Hawk fans, and welcome to another edition of high school football here on the Hawkeye Soaring Network. We are live from the field, the PFIELD, the field here in Pflugerville, Texas, home of Pflugerville Independent School District and Pflugerville ISD, for tonight's homecoming game and senior night / season finale for home games here on the season. Not the last game, but the season finale for home games here in 2025 for your Hendricks and Hawks. As the visiting team, the Lehman Lobos, come in to the field to take on your Hendricks and Hawks in a District 12 5A Division I matchup where the Hawks have lost 4 in a row, and I believe so has the Lehman Lobos. 4 or 5 in a row. I think it's 4 as they come off a bye week last week with their only win, I believe, on the season against the Lockhart Lions, 31-12 at Bob Shelton Stadium in Kyle. Currently, the Hawks band is performing their competition show on the field with 23 minutes, 34 seconds to go here in the Victory Tap pregame show, countdown to kickoff. We will come back here in a few minutes as we are getting closer to kickoff with it senior night. They have already done the senior ceremony on the field with all the seniors walking on the field with their families, shaking Principal Michael Grebb's hands. And we're getting closer to the final home game / homecoming tonight. When we come back, we will sit down, or we'll play the audio clip of my assistant radio analyst / color commentator, assistant basketball coach Seth Cross, sat down with head football coach Doug Pierce for this week's Coaches Show. You're listening to Hendricks and Hawk football on the Hawkeye Story Network. We are back here on the Hawkeye Soaring Network for tonight's season finale at the field, with the bye week next week on Halloween, followed by the last game of the season for the Hendrickson Hawks in Bastrop at Cedar Creek 2 weeks from tomorrow. Hello again. My name is Sam Ressler, and I'm pleased and excited to bring you another edition of Hendrickson Hawk football tonight. And we will go ahead and progress into our pregame show here on the Victory Tap pregame show as my assistant color commentator, Coach Seth Cross, sits down with head football coach this week, Doug Pierce.
We're back again with Coach Doug Pierce in the pregame show. Coach, first let's talk about Consol. Difficult loss on the road, kind of ends our little 4-game gauntlet. Talk about some things that you saw and some final thoughts on the game.
Just kids just learning how to compete. Again, that's part of our growth process. Kids are learning how to go through the ups and downs of every football game. So defense kept fighting even though we were giving them a short field a lot. We had a pick 6 by Andre Nwagwu, and they continue to play hard. We just need to put a full game together. That's what we keep preaching to them about, playing all 4 quarters, not just a couple of plays here and there, and just keep growing and learning from the things we're doing good and bad.
Excellent. Well, let's talk about our upcoming matchup with Lehman. What do the Lobos present? Of course, they've had kind of a difficult year as well. Let's talk about that, see if we can get off the schneid against them.
Yeah, they got a lot of kids that play hard and are going to be in the right spot. Just sometimes we got to take advantage of some of our matchups against them. Some of our athletes that we have can do good things. So on both sides of the ball. So defensively, just continue to stay aggressive and give them pressure, and hopefully to create plays and negative plays for their offense, and then just make plays on the offensive side when given those opportunities.
Awesome. Well, final question here. It's homecoming week, so always a lot of fun, lots of distractions. How do you handle that as like a coaching staff and a program? Like, how do you keep your kids focused, but also making sure that they participate and have fun in all the festivities?
Yeah, that was the message starting yesterday. Day 1 of practice. Just this is a fun time for everybody and parents, but it also presents distractions, and just remembering that the end goal is to win the game, especially in front of all the alumni that show up and kind of expect that too. So the stands will be packed and full of distractions, but just remembering the goal of going out there and representing the school and the community the right way and win the game.
Excellent. We're looking forward to it, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you.
We are back here. Sorry about that, Echo. We are back here on the Hawkeye Soaring Network, HHS Network, with 15 minutes, 37 seconds remaining until kickoff here on senior night and homecoming, as the fans are still piling in to the field here in Pflugerville. The Lehman Lobos band is making their way up into their stands right now, as the Hendrickson band is in the playpen down by the scoreboard. And we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back here, we will get closer to kickoff and preview some of the keys to tonight's game, and possibly might have a guest join me. You're listening to Hawk Football. We are back here on the Hawkeye Story Network as they're going to play the school alma mater. That was the Hendrickson School Alma Mater. We're going to take one more break as we are closing out our Countdown to Kickoff pregame show on the Victory Tap Countdown to Kickoff pregame show. You're listening to Hendrickson Hawk Football. We are back here on the Hawk High Soaring Network for tonight's game in District 12 5A Division 1 at the fields here in Pflugerville as the Lehman Lobos have ran onto the field through their blue Lobo tunnel. And if you're not familiar with what a Lobo is, it's what wolves are called out towards East Texas. So the Lehman Lobos are now on the field wearing their silver helmets, white pants, white tops trimmed in royal blue. And the Hendrickson Hawks are about to run through their tunnel as we'll turn our headset mics off and boost our crowd mic. We are back here on the HHS network after the Hawks have run through their tunnel to the fight song. The Hawks tonight are in their they're in their home black pants, black tops, black helmets as we are about to play the national anthem. So we'll turn our headsets off again and play the national anthem. We are back here on the Hawkeye Soaring Network as tonight we are about to have kickoff here as they're doing the coin toss at midfield with the captains. Tonight, with the headset on, I am joined in the booth with not assistant basketball coach Seth Cross. He is unfortunately not here tonight. But tonight, my spotter / driver the last couple of weeks to College Station, Mark, is joining me in the box. Dad, how are you doing today?
Hey, Sam. I'm doing just fine. Thank you for having me tonight. Actually, I think I've been with you most games this season. The silent guy in the background kind of trying to provide you with information about the game. So I finally got my courage up. I'm going to see if I can add a little bit of commentary.
Well, I'm excited that you're here, Dad, and we're going to go ahead and turn our headsets off real fast while they do a little announcement for the Hawkeye Soaring Network. We are back as that is the opening kickoff to start the game. The Lehman Lobos kicked the ball off, and it was called for a fair catch just between the 30 and the 35-yard line. Here comes Pete Vallejo. Check that. Here comes Chance Pierce at quarterback. Excuse me, I thought I saw a 5 out there. But here comes Chance Pierce, number 13 at quarterback with his offense as they're going to be moving from right to left on your radio dials. There's 2 receivers on the right, 1 to the left. There's the snap. It's a handoff. I believe that's J.G. Green. He cuts on the outside. Tackle made on the play for the Lobos. That's number 9, Gerardo Ortiz, the junior. And it'll be a gain of maybe 6 or 7 on the play, on the first down of the game for the Hawks. Again, great crowd here tonight, homecoming and senior night at the field, as there's 3 weeks left in the regular season, but 2 games for the Hawks. One tonight, bye week next week on Halloween, followed by a road game at Cedar Creek. 2 receivers on the left, 1 to the right. There's the snap to Pierce. He quickly throws it. Ball's caught by Boykin, 43 down to the 45-yard line, approaching midfield. On the tackle was number 5, Nicholas Crawford. And the Hawks have a first down and 10 as they're going to probably their strongest target on the offensive side of the ball. Dad, you've seen this team play a couple times this year, I think twice in College Station, once here against Weiss, and you like what you've seen from Romello Boykin.
Yeah, it's good to see Mello back in the game tonight. Last game, I don't think he got a single look, so good to see him tonight.
I think you're exactly right, as it's a handoff, I believe, to E.J. Neal Adams, number 27, as he crosses the 45 near the 50, gain of about 8. Tackle was, again, Gerardo Ortiz, and it'll be second down and short for your Hendrickson Hawks as, again, this Lehman Lobos team has had a kind of a challenging year. They beat Lockhart the game before the Hawks played against Lockhart on their home field in Bob Shelton Stadium, but following week they lost 87-0 here to the Weiss Wolves. There's the snap, ball's thrown, caught, nice tackle there behind the 45-yard line, maybe lost a yard or 2. I think he lost actually about 4 yards on the play. That was James Thomas with the tackle. It's going to be third down and long. If you're a Lobo fan, you got to like seeing the Hawks get pushed backwards in a game where it's probably for the standings is not that important, but it's homecoming and the Lobos want to spoil it. 3 receivers on the left, 1 to the right. There's the snap to Pierce. He throws it. Wide open, Mello, and I believe that ball was incomplete. It was.
Yeah,
And
just overthrown.
let's see what the Hawks intend to do right here. Unfortunate events, because I think he had Mello on the little zig route where he went about to the 40-yard line and came back to the ball, but it was thrown out of bounds. So 4th down and 7 after it was a positive drive, yardage every single play up to that point, and then the bubble screen that was loss of yardage on 2nd down. There's the snap. It's a pooch punt that was nearly blocked as Pierce punts it. It bounces at the 31, takes a Hendrickson bounce down inside the 10. I think that's where it's going to be down at the 10. And the Hawks will take over as it was downed by number 3, Braden Mueller, the junior. And that's where the Lobos will take the ball over 1st down and 10. 10 minutes, 1 second to go in the Tater Q first quarter. We'll take a break. Hawk football will resume in a moment.
Born and raised in the heart of Austin, Texas, Bobby and Bobby Mack are the dynamic duo behind Tater Q. One day, Bobby envisioned a stuffed potato loaded with all the fixings. An idea that sparked the beginning of Tater Q in 2016. Fast forward to January 2023, when their first brick-and-mortar location opened its doors at 1202 FM 685 in Pflugerville, Texas. Tater Q restaurant has redefined comfort food with our famous spud. Each loaded baked potato is crafted with savory meats, fresh toppings, and our signature sauces, creating a meal that brings everyone together. So stop on by and taste why our spud is a must-try for barbecue lovers.
We are back here on the Tater Q first quarter as it was a 1st down positive yard play, I believe, for a gain of about 6 on the play. It'll be at least 2nd down and 4, 9 minutes, 32 seconds to go.
That was a nice run by David Rivera. 2nd and 3.
2nd down and 3, 2 receivers on the right, 1 to the left. There's the snap. It's a handoff on the outside to the left. 1st down carry by the running back. And
That was Miguel Martinez.
Miguel Martinez on the play as I will grab my sheet real quick. So 9 minutes, 6 seconds to go here in the Tater Q first quarter. 1st down and 10, Lobos on their first drive of the game. They've ran 2 plays, 1 first down. There's the snap. The quarterback's pressured, and he is going to be sacked behind the line of scrimmage for maybe a loss of 7. It's going to be 2nd down and 17. Zabrian Brown, the junior defensive lineman, with the sack, first one of the night. Dad, what did you think about that? It looked like there was a lot of pressure being brought on the left side of the defense, and then he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, the defensive end on the left side for Hendrickson put a quick pressure on the quarterback, and he just was stymied from that point.
2nd down and 16. There's the snap on a little bubble screen. It's caught near the 18-yard line. Khalil Stewart, the senior, with the tackle, and it's going to be 3rd down and 12 inside the 20-yard line. That sack really changed the direction of the drive as the Lobos came out. 2 plays, had a 1st down, and then the sack by Zabrian Brown has sparked this defense. 3rd down and 12, 7:58 to go as the Lobos have the ball on their own 18. There's the snap to the quarterback. That's Winicki. He throws. Ball looks like it's caught for a 1st down. Nice pass and catch there. Catch was by Nian Guzman, the junior, and it's a 1st down and 10 on 3rd down and long for the Lobos. And so far, Dad, the Lobos have come out here determined to spoil homecoming.
Yep, that was a nice pass by their quarterback, number 10, to get the receiver in the flat.
So 1 receiver to the left, 3 to the right. There's the snap. Ball's thrown out of the hands of number 12, the wide receiver for the tight end. That's Tristan Benton, the junior, and it is going to be 2nd down as he had a guy. It looks like these Lobos like to run the bubble screen where the quarterback takes the quick snap in the gun, either throws it left or to the right to the receiver that has his leg on the line of scrimmage, waiting for it, not really running a route, but just waiting for it to have a designed run play with blockers in the offense. So 2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line, there's the snap by Lehman, and being wrapped up for maybe a gain of 1 on the play. That's Braylon Bryce, the junior. He wears number 12, and it's going to be 3rd down and maybe a long 9 if he got a yard back. Let's see. I think it's 3rd down and 9 as they're going to spot the ball at the 33-yard line, and it was originally on the 32. So 3rd down and 9 for the Lobos of Lehman High School. Last year, these teams met. 35-7 was the victory, was the final score as the Hawks took the victory. There's the snap to Winnecke. He looks to run. He's at the 30, 35. Making the tackle for the Hawks. That is number 35, Rhett Peterson, and it is a 4th down. Let's see what the Lobos like to do. I think here comes the punt team, but Dad, if you're the Hawks, you need to be, be careful on a fake punt in a game that, again, might not be, it's meaningless for standings, but it's a game that you want to win for your homecoming crowd.
Yeah, I would expect Lehman came to win a game tonight, and they may do whatever it takes. So we'll keep our eyes open for any trickery here.
So back to punt for the Lobos. I cannot see the jersey number, but there's the snap. Ball is blocked, and it's scooped up by the Hawks scooped up by the Lobos. Excuse me. It looked like it came into the Hawks' arms, but the Hawks brought the pressure, blocked it. That was
David Rivera was the punter, and that ball was blocked.
Couldn't tell who it was blocked by because there was 3 Hawks running towards it, and it was hard to tell who it was blocked by, but nice block there. The Hawks will take over 1st down and 10 inside the Lobo 25, and there's 6:19 to go. Victory in the Taylor Q first quarter. 3 receivers on the right side, 1 to the left. On the left, that's Mueller. On the right, that's Boykin, Hicks, and I believe Honick. There's the snap as Pierce looks to throw. Ball is thrown on the left side of the end zone. Ball's incomplete. Hit Braden Mueller right in the hands, but nice defense there by number 3 and number 5 for the Lobos. Number 3, that's Deneric Tolliver, and number 5, Nicholas Crawford. So 2nd down and 10 as the Hawks want to get on the board for the first time tonight. And Dad, I'm pretty sure going back to 2 weeks ago, there's the snap as it's a handoff to E.J. Neal Adams, 20, 15, 10, as he takes the ball inside the 10-yard line, 1st and goal Hawks, as it was probably about a 15-yard run from the left to the right from E.J. Neal Adams. Dad, the Hawks have not scored an offensive touchdown, I don't think, since the 2nd quarter of the game versus Anderson 2 Fridays ago.
Yep, they are moving the ball now. So where are we at? We're inside the 10. Looks like at the 8-yard line, 1st and goal.
2 receivers, or 1 receiver on each side in the motion. That's Trevor Morgan. Chance Pierce is pressured. The ball's thrown. Caught. Touchdown, Hendrickson Hawks. I believe that's
22.
Number 22, Hunter Hicks, the tight end, with the touchdown pass from Pierce to Hicks, and the Hawks are on the board. That's Hunter Hicks, I believe, 2nd touchdown of the season, going back to the game in Lockhart. What did you think on that play, Dad? It looked like Chance Pierce was getting pressured with nowhere to go, and he looked like he was going to Boykin, but he fooled everyone and found a wide open Hunter Hicks.
Yeah, Pierce looked calm in the pocket there.
Here comes Brendan Ricardo. Extra point is up and good. Now finish your thought.
No, I just there was a little bit of light pressure by Lehman, but I thought Pierce stayed calm and stayed steady in the pocket and made a nice pass into the end zone. Hit number 22.
So nice play by Hunter Hicks to score the touchdown and put the Hawks on the board here on senior night. And Hicks is a junior. So is the sophomore Chance Pierce threw the ball, and junior Hunter Hicks caught it. We'll take a quick break. Hawk football will resume in a moment. We are back on the Hawkeye Soaring Network. Our score here on homecoming. Hendrickson leads 7-0 on the touchdown pass as it's a squib. Fair caught at the squib. It's on the ground, and Hendrickson had a chance at it, but
Yeah, that looked like number 23 for Hendrickson was right there. The player, number 7 for Lehman, had misjudged the ball, and it hit him in the hands, over his head, bounced, and it was anybody's ball there for a moment. But then receiver was able to jump back on it.
that was Brody Martinka, the running back for the Hawks, one of the 3 running backs on the 3-headed monster we have in the backfield playing defense, and it was a nice squib that went off the fingertips on the bounce of a Lobo, but ultimately recovered by the Lobos. They'll have the ball first down and 10 on their second drive of the game on their own 24. 1 wide receiver to the left, 2 to the right. In the gun, there's the running back. There's the snap to Winnecke. He hands it off to the running back. I believe that's number 8, Joseph Espinoza, the senior, and he is wrapped up and tackled on the play by
Number of Hawks getting up off that pile. Number 67, Jaden Wallace, came off the bottom.
So the senior, Jaden Wallace, making the tackle there. Just a few minutes ago, the Hawks punted, and 2 quick first downs by the Lobos has backfired, and it's 7-0 as the band's playing another song. There's another bubble screen on the right side. Pass is caught, still on his feet at the 26, pushed out of bounds, making the catch for the Lobos. Oh, and he goes down. It looks like a possible flop, or maybe acting skills, but that was number 2, David Rivera, the senior wide receiver, with the catch and the flop. Maddox Quiller with the tackle for the Hawks.
That was a gain of about 1 yard, Sam, and looks like this will bring up a 3rd and long for Lehman.
3rd down and long for a Lehman team that it feels like, according to stats, has been behind the sticks all season and has not played well in this stadium this season, but looked good on their first drive. There's the snap, pressure from both sides. Adrian Hines misses the tackle, but still going backwards, throws it, and it goes out of bounds. Was he in the tackle box? Or outside of it, I should say. As the coaching staff wants a possible intentional grounding down, I think they're talking about at the 19.
Yeah, he was outside the tackle box. Did that ball go past the line of scrimmage? And I don't know if that's a requirement in high school, but the refs are talking about it, trying to decide. No flag. There goes the flag. So we are going to see an intentional grounding call.
For the listeners, the quarterback for Lehman, Gunnar Winnecke, was pressured as soon as he stepped the ball from the left side of the field by Adrian Hines, and then on the right side, I believe that was, number 28 for the Hawks defense. That was Caleb Davis, also blitzing. He spun, tried getting out of trouble, then had 4 or 5 Hawks surrounding him, and he was just avoiding, a possible big hit and threw it way out of bounds towards the Hendrickson coaching staff.
So that is a loss of down, brings up a 4th down and 14. And Lehman's in punt formation.
Inside their 10-yard line, that's the punter waiting for it. That one's almost blocked as waiting for it. Maddox Quiller standing on near the F on the logo at midfield. It bounces, almost touched by the Hawks and downed at near the 50-yard line on the side of the field. But Lehman says it touched Hendrickson. Let's see what the refs say. The Lehmans want the ball. I don't think they're going to get it as Hendrickson's defense is off kickoff teams, punt team's off the field, punt return.
Referees are signaling Hendrickson ball.
So it's Thursday night, last Thursday of the season after Hendrickson had back-to-back Thursday nights, second week of the season and third week at Leander and home against Hayes. They're back to Thursday night football, but still, gorgeous night out there, cool weather, and Hendrickson has the ball trying to go up 2 scores at the 50-yard line. There's the snap to Pierce. He rolls to the left side of the field, throws, ball's caught at the 35-yard line, still on his feet. That's Mueller, and he is tackled out of bounds. This might be a late hit as he was hugged out of bounds. Good sportsmanship, though, by that young man helping up Braden Mueller. Tackle on the play was Gerardo Ortiz, the junior, but great sportsmanship there by number 9, Ortiz, helping up Braden Mueller. So first down and 10 after the 27-yard pitch and catch from Chance Pierce to not Brody Martinka, Braden Mueller, two offensive weapons on the team that have initials BM. So two receivers on the right as Hicks audibles from left to right. There's the snap. It's a keeper by Chance Pierce. 15-10 as he crosses the 7-8 yard line. He goes down. They're going to spot him at the 8 yard line. Nice run there for about 15 yards by Chance Pierce. Taylor Gafford, the senior defensive lineman, make with the tackle as Chance Pierce lost his helmet. Here comes Pete Vallejo. That an unfortunate event because Chance Pierce had a nice drive going that, could end with a touchdown right here, and you'd love to see him try to get a touchdown on this drive for his Hawks.
Yeah, Chance is looking good tonight. He looks very comfortable in the pocket, and that was a nice run.
One receiver on each side. There's the snap. Handoff to E.J. Neal Adams. 10-5. Touchdown! E.J. bulls his way through, as Coach Cross likes to call him, the bowling ball. Takes it inside the end zone on the left side of the field with 3 minutes, 19 seconds to go in the Tater Q first quarter.
Yeah, there was good blocking on the left side of the line for Hendrickson, and he went in untouched. Got a little bump right at the goal line, but he was not to be denied.
13-0 as Brendan McCarter lines up for the extra point tonight in his highlighter green shoes. There's the snap, the hold. It is up and through the uprights as the Hawks continue the fight song, spelling out the word Hawks. Hawks, fight, fight, fight. As the Hawks now lead 14-0 here in the first quarter. Dad, do I dare say the last time you were at a game here at the field, the Hawks went up 14-0, so hopefully they can keep their foot on the gas tonight.
Yeah, let's hope so. What was that game? I remember
against Weiss.
That was against Weiss. They came out of the gate just looking really strong, and then things went south after that 14-0 lead. So let's fingers crossed that they've got those issues worked out and are going to not look back to that.
Well, we'll keep it here and not take a break while we're waiting for the kickoff here. Let's talk real quick about the other two games you've seen on the road trips the last couple of weeks. We played at College Station. First off, what were your thoughts on the trips out there and some things you liked that you saw?
Let me tell you the things I don't like is driving to College Station, especially driving home. But, and Hendrickson is kicking off here. Is a nice short kick. And, again, that ball is fumbled by the receiver. This time it looks like Hendrickson has a chance to come up with that ball. In fact, the refs are giving the ball to Hendrickson.
Making the recover, is that number 23? Is that 23 on the ball?
I think you're right. Number 23 recovered that kickoff fumble. So Hendrickson right back to put the offense on the field. Here we go.
Brody Martinko with the recovery. And again, yeah, I agree. There's a lot of deer out there on 79 at night. We probably saw a handful both ways. And again, appreciative that I had a driver with me, or else I would have probably experienced it by myself, which wouldn't have been a problem, just a little nerve-wracking with all the deer. So here we go. The Hawks have the ball after the muffed fumble goes their way this time. 3 wide on the right, 1 to the left as Braden Mueller lines up near the line of scrimmage. And Trevor Morgan and a tricker. Is that Chance Pierce? Actually, it's a trick play as it's thrown way incomplete, as it looked like a design play, Dad, that they probably worked on recently in practice, but there was no one there. So it's like, do you just throw it based on muscle memory?
That was Vallejo to Pierce, quarterback to quarterback. And I don't know who Pierce was throwing it to. The ball fell harmlessly down around the 10-yard line. So whoever he saw down there went right. He was hoping left. So,
well, it was hard to tell if that was 13 or 10. Trevor Morgan's 10, Chance Pierce is 13, and it was
No, it was 13 that threw that pass.
Was it?
Yep.
It was a gadget play, and there's 2 wide receivers now, second down and 10 at the 24 of Lehman. There's the snap. Pierce rolls to the right. Ball's thrown. Caught by Romello Boykin for the Hendrickson Hawk touchdown, as he's been doing all season long. These unbelievable catches where he has extremely high vertical going out and making things happen.
Yep. Carmelo was in double coverage there, and he was well covered, but he just was able to sky over the head.
Romello.
2 defenders. Romello. and made a nice catch and finished that off with a nice little dance in the end zone.
That was a very nice dance, and I'm sure that he has the attention of a lot of colleges, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do along with a lot of these other Hawks as they move on there. It's a botched snap. The extra point still manages to go up as it looked like it was a fumble on the hold.
It was the number, is that number 80 or number 90? I can't tell. He's got his hand right in front of the number. But he made a nice recovery. That ball was rolling around on the deck, and he picked it back up. It was either Owen Mesa or Jordan Costin. I don't know which guy that was, but nice play.
Probably Jordan Costin. He's also on the baseball team, so
Okay.
so he has a good. What's the word I'm looking for? He has good hand-eye coordination on when.
And the kicker also had to pause his timing. He actually hit the brakes, backed up, and was able to get enough oomph into that kick to get it through the uprights.
So 2 minutes, 59 seconds to go here in the Tater Q first quarter. As we're approaching the 8 o'clock hour, Hendrickson's up 21-0. We have broken the curse of scoring more than 14 on this field in a half, where as it's another pooch kick by, I believe, is that Albadon?
That was I didn't get the number. It looked like number 5 maybe on the catch. And then once again, he called the back called a fair catch, but he dropped it and was able this time to pick it up and ran out of bounds. So looks like our coaches are arguing the fact that he tried to advance the ball after calling a fair catch.
So 2 minutes, 59 seconds to go here in the Tater Q first quarter. Lehman has the ball, what feels like, I think, their third possession of the night, but their fourth opportunity, as Hendrickson has 3 touchdowns, 1 to Hicks, 1 to E.J. Neal Adams, and 1 to Romello Boykin, and the meter's still running here on the clock in the first quarter. There's the snap. It's a handoff to number 8, the running back for Lehman. That's Josiah Espinoza. Carnell Spicer with the tackle. As the crowd mic has gone a little more quiet recently with what feels like the band's taking a break from playing the fight song so much in the last 10 minutes. And the directors tell him to stand up and get ready to play. So there's the snap, ball's thrown. Another bubble screen on the left side, caught, being pushed out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Nice pitch and catch there from Winecki. Making the tackle is Devin Parker.
Yeah, Devin just escorted him out of bounds. So it was a short gain of about 3. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
3rd down and 7 for the Lehman Lobos as we are approaching that. There's 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Shouldn't the clock be running, or does it? I don't think it stops until there's under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. It's weird. The clock is not running. So regardless, one receiver on the right, one on the left. It's a diamond formation and a trick play coming from left to right. That's number 11, and he is going to be short of the first down as the ball almost came loose, it looked like. 4th down and maybe 2 or 3 for the Lobos. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Jonathan J.G. Green with the tackle.
It's going to be 4th and about 2 yards. Looks like Lehman may be going for it on this.
And I don't blame him. You're playing for pride, as it's a possible offsides free play. That could be pass interference, and it is. It's going to be an offsides and then pass interference against Rhett Peterson on the F logo. A nice free play there. Kind of unusual to see the free play be a slant instead of like a deep pass, but to me that shows that it was just a kind of a quick in the moment, let's try to see who's open instead of go deep.
The quarterback for Lehman, he gave a hard count and jerked his hands kind of forward like he was expecting the snap, and looked like the left side of the Hendrickson line just jumped across the line of scrimmage, and the center snapped and got him in the offsides position. I didn't see the roughing or not roughing, but the pass interference downfield. Did you catch? You did?
I did. Yeah, it looked like Rhett Peterson was diving to pick it off, and I think he fell into the defender. Unfortunately, we don't have video access. Maybe in the future we will. but I don't think they'll show it on the video board either.
It looks like they did accept the 15-yard penalty and will be 1st and 10 from the 47.
First down and 10, Lehman at the 47, 48-yard line in motion. That's number 2. There's the snap. It's thrown. It almost picked off on the play. Is that Romello Boykin or Cornell Spicer in the area, or is that number 7?
7 that had a chance, but it would have been a miraculous catch. That ball was poorly thrown. It was at the feet of the receiver and bounced in front of him.
That was Khalil Stewart on the coverage. Playing in. Go ahead.
Again, it's this defensive line for Hendricks is just putting incredible pressure. They're getting into the backfield very quickly. A lot of blitzing going on, and it's just relentless pressure.
So, 2nd down and 10. There's the snap to Wienecke for the Lobos. He throws it. That ball is picked off by 17. J.G. Green, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown Hawks on the J.G. Green. Pick 6. What a play, and the Hawks take a lead of 27-0 here in the Tater Q first quarter. 4 touchdowns, and we're not even through the Tater Q first quarter. And let me remind you, it is a Thursday night. Some of us have to work tomorrow, Dad, that aren't retired.
Yeah, some of us get to sleep in tomorrow, so this clock is moving slow tonight.
Well, it's definitely more enjoyable to look at the clock now than it was the last couple of nights that we've been playing. But regardless, nice defensive play there, as it looks like it was a forced high throw from Wienecke. There's the snap on a bobble again, and that one is on the ground. It's thrown. Caught by number 80. Is that number 80, J.J. Costin?
That is number 80.
Number
88.
88 on the. It looked like it was a botched snap on the extra point, which, Dad, this team has struggled in the stadium in the last 2 home games. I think they had 4 or 5 blocks against Anderson here that they had their field goals blocked. But that was
tell if the holder just dropped the ball, but regardless, they tried to reset and kick, but then dropped it again. That holder did pick it up and just kind of chucked it towards the end zone, and 88 was there to make the catch.
Jacob Hackard on the catch, and that's back-to-back bobbles. It almost seems like whoever's. What do you say sometimes watching soccer? The yips or field goal kicking sometimes. Maybe the holder. Maybe there's a little nerves right there with mental.
It's a conversation. They need to get that squared away there on the halftime.
I know last week they had a back in the game in College Station and in Consolidated. There was a couple field goal issues. Not bobbles, but there was a couple offsides that resulted in re-kicks. But regardless, 29-0. A minute 26 to go. Tater Q first quarter as.
Yep. So I've been watching the receiving team for Lehman, and I see that number 5 that's bobbled the last couple of kicks is no longer on the field. They've got number 3 now down in that spot, or number 26. So it still wouldn't surprise me to see another pooch kick down around the 30-yard line. And there's Hendrickson is setting up for the kick.
So here comes Pablo Elbadon with the pooch kick. It's in the air, caught at the 26, taking the snap at the 26. The ball's on the ground. It looks like, do the Hawks have it? Let's see.
It looks like Lehman, number 12, did come up with the fumble. And he got shaken up on the play, but he seems to be all right now.
So 1:20 to go, 80 seconds to be exact in the Tater Q first quarter. We'll take a quick break. Hawk football will resume in a moment. We are back as there's the snap running from Right to left, there goes the running back number 8 for
That was
Lehman.
actually number 10. The quarterback kept the ball. He elected to keep rather than pitch.
Making the tackle, that's number 2, Maddox Quiller, the Texas Tech commit. And it'll be 2nd down and 5, 1 minute to go in the Tater Q first quarter. There's the snap. It's a handoff to the running back. He takes it for maybe a gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd down, 45 seconds to go, first quarter.
Short gain. That, again, was your Texas Tech commit on that tackle.
Maddox Quiller. And he is not going to play basketball this year, probably due to, just keeping, himself healthy for football, but he will be missed on the basketball floor, I have to say. There's the snap. It's a handoff. Getting close to the first down marker. Pyle still pushing forward. He looks to be maybe a yard, maybe 6 inches short.
There was a pretty good scrum going on right at about the 41-yard line, and 4 or 5 Hendrickson players got up off the pile.
That'll do it for the end of the Tater Q first quarter. Hendrickson puts up 29 points in their final home game of the season against the Lehman Lobos. When we come back, we'll have second quarter action for you. This is Hawk Football. We are back here, HHS Network, as we start the Hawkeye Story Network second quarter. Hendrickson leads 29-0 on a 4th down and less than a yard, as they're going to line up on their own 41-yard line, down 29-0. 2 receivers on the right, 1 to the left. J.G. Green's there on the coverage on the left side after he had a pick 6 a few minutes ago. There's the snap. It looks like he is right at the line to gain. I think they're going to give this to him, as Hendrickson, both teams want to stop. One wants to stop, one wants the first down. I think if you got to go with the first down. It looks like he's right there.
I think looks like you're right, Sam. I think they're going to give the ball award the first down, but now they're calling timeout. I think they're going to bring in the chains.
And they should. We're going to pause real quick while they do a measurement. And we'll just let the band play real quick. So they're out there doing the measurement, and let's see. It's Hendrickson football, as it looks like. Can you tell by...
It looked like it was about a half yard short. It was actually not as close as I thought, because when they first spotted the ball, the ref coming in from the side, it looked to me like he was right at the line to gain. But chains proved otherwise, and it'll be Hawk football. It's like right at the 41-yard line of Lehman.
Here comes the Hendrickson Hawks moving from Left to right now on your radio dials as the quarter has flipped to the second quarter now. In motion comes Trevor Morgan. It's a jet sweep formation of Morgan. 45-40, 30. Down at the 20-yard line, that's Trevor Morgan in the jet sweep formation. Good to see him back on the field once again. That's James Al Britton with the tackle, the junior. But not before, it's about a 21-yard gain by Trevor Morgan in the jet sweep.
Nice call. You're right, Sam. It's right at a 41-yard run.
Trevor Morgan's first game back on this field since week 1, and it was very humbling to see him on the field last week, Dad. 3 receivers on the left, 1 to the right. Here comes Trevor Morgan again in motion from left to right. There's the snap to Chance Pierce. He pump fakes, throws the ball in the back corner to Morgan. Ball is caught. Did he hold on? Yes, he did. Touchdown Hawks on the Chance Pierce 21-yard touchdown pass on the right corner of the end zone to Trevor Morgan. Wow, all I can say is wow.
Yeah, Pierce is definitely looking solid in the pocket tonight, and he's spot on his passing accuracy. So nice pass and catch for the touchdown.
What a pass, what a throw, what a catch. 35-0, Hendrickson leads, 11:16 to go in the Hawkeye Story Network second quarter.
Here comes the extra point attempt by Hendrickson. Let's see if we can get a clean one this time. Good snap, good hold, and it looks like it is good.
Nice extra point there by Brennan Ricardo. And it is 36-0 in favor of the Hendrickson Hawks tonight. Let's take a second before we take a break. Let's recap the touchdowns if you're just tuning in. First touchdown was off a blocked punt by the Hawks. It was a pass from Chance Pierce to Hunter Hicks on the right side of the field, followed by a muffed punt that was recovered by Hendrickson on a touchdown by E.J. Neal Adams a couple plays later on the left side of the end zone, about 7 yards out. Then a Romello Boykin catch on the right side of the end zone. The fourth touchdown was a J.G. Green pick 6, and then the fifth touchdown now, Trevor Morgan in the back of the end zone on the right side of the field. 5 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion off a botched snap that was thrown, caught to number 88 for Hendrickson, Jacob Hackard, and the Hawks lead 36-0. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Hawk Football. Welcome back to the Hawkeye Story Network here at the PFI ELD, the field with the P in the front. In Pflugerville ISD, the Hawks are up 36-0 in the second quarter as it's a kick that is an onside kick attempt. It's on the ground. Hendrickson has it again, I think.
They do. It was number 17.
J.G. Green.
Yep. Jonathan Green. I don't think it ever even touched a Lehman player that time. The ball bounced. It was just a perfect floater right in between the receivers in the back. And ball bounced and right into Green was there to grab it up. 36-0 as Hendrickson comes back on offense, which the band, if Coach Cross, if you're listening, the band just played Pork Chop after they do after each touchdown, and I feel like they just keep, it's Pork Chop, every 2 minutes it feels like. 36-0, Chance Pierce is alone in the gun. There's the snap with 3 right on the left. Pierce throws the ball, has Mello caught inside the 10 down to about the 4-yard line. Nice throw there from Chance Pierce for about, let's say, 32-yard completion. Tackle made by Carlos Aviles, the senior, and first and goal Hawks just like that, Dad. Yeah, once again, Mello had height on that defender to begin with, and then he just jumped out of the gym with this basketball, made a great catch, and 26 did all he could just to hang on, keep him out of the end zone.
So, first and goal, Hendrickson, for the first time in this quarter. 10:36 to go in the Hawkeye Story Network second quarter. There's the snap. It's a ball thrown by Chance Pierce to Pete Vallejo. Looked like that same play they threw earlier. And if you're Chance Pierce, it almost feels like this is a play they want to execute because I feel like, Dad, it's the second time they've run it. But this time, Pete was a little covered.
A little different twist there. Yep. Pete took the snap and pitched it back to Pierce, and then Pete proceeded to flare out into the flat, and ball was just overthrown.
So coming up at the half, in about 10 minutes, 29 seconds, we'll have an interview with 3 girl basketball players on the varsity Hendrickson team. There's one receiver to the right, one to the left. There's the snap. It's a handoff. Is that Martinka? Is that number 23? I believe it is.
It was number 23.
Brody Martinka takes it for about 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and goal near the 1.5 to 2 yard line, tackled by number 72, Taylor Gafford. And 3rd down. 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Again, joining us at halftime, we'll have Jordan West, Jaden West, and Trinity Jackson from the varsity girls basketball team joining for a preview of the upcoming girls basketball season. In motion from right to left, I believe that was number 18. There's the snap. It's a keeper by Pierce. Touchdown! Chance Pierce takes it in on the quarterback keeper, and it's 42-0 as the bands just set down their instruments. Now they're picking them right back up to play the fight song.
Yep, Pierce had his helmet ripped off as he crossed the goal line.
Looks like there's an injured player on the field. We'll pause and take a quick break. Hawk football will return in a moment. We are back here on the Hawkeye Spray Network after the injured player has jogged off the field. And it is 42-0. Hendrickson leads, 9 minutes, 36 seconds to go. And
yeah, Pierce had his helmet ripped off at the as he made that touchdown. I think it was a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and probably is going to be applied on the kickoff.
the extra point is up and good by Brennan Ricardo. Our new score, as the fight song is being played by the Hendrickson Band, Hendrickson leads 43-0. 9 minutes, 36 seconds to go in the first half. We'll take another break, and we'll be right back here on the Hawkeye Spray Network.
Welcome to the Victory Tap, a locally owned and operated sports bar. Located at 111 East Main Street in Pflugerville, Texas. Cold beverages, a full bar menu with awesome food and TVs everywhere. Along with a friendly staff here at Victory Tap. We are here to serve everyone like a winner. Since the inception of sports, athletes have dedicated themselves to being the best. Here at Victory Tap, we strive for the same dedication to be the best. With ice-cold beverages, incredible food, and great service. Come over to Victory Tap and let us take you to Victory Lane.
We are back here as there was a penalty on after the touchdown. What was the penalty, do you think?
Well, it looks like it was actually against Hendrickson. They were backed up, kicking off from their own 25-yard line. Normally, they'd be kicking it from the 40. That ball was kicked all the way into the 15, picked up by Lehman, number 81, and he's out, making a nice return back up the right side. Made it to the 35 before being tackled.
So it's 43-0 Hendrickson with 9:24 to go in the Hawkeye Spray Network second quarter. Coming up again at the half, we'll have number 13 Trinity Jackson. We'll have number 3 and number 5. I think number 3 is, we'll have number 3, Jaden West, number 5, Jordan West, and number 13, Trinity Jackson from the varsity girls basketball team joining us for an interview to preview the upcoming season. That's coming up at the half. 43-0, 9:29 to go. It's a big-time false start by the offense as number 2 for the Lehman Lobos. It was all the way to the Hawks 45. I think he was the one that jumped off sides. Or not jumped off sides, but false start, big time. And they need to get the snap count right. That was maybe the most obvious false start I've ever seen from a wide receiver. So 43-0, 9:29 to go in the Hawkeyes right now, second quarter. 2 wide on the right, 2 on the left. And there's the snap in motion. It's a handoff to the running back. He takes it across the 30 and is tackled near the 34-yard line by Khalil Stewart, and it'll be second down. Gained about half the yardage back from the penalty, the false start. So it's going to be second down and 8 for the Lobos. 2 wide receivers on the left. There's the snap as number 16 for the Hawks blitzes, and it's incomplete. Bringing the blitz for the Hawks. That was great Samuel Umana with the blitz, forcing the quick pass and the pressure, and it's incomplete. Third down.
Yeah, that pass was intended for number 81, Trevor Marino, out in the flat, but he was pressured by that blitz, and the quarterback threw short of the receiver.
Third down and long for the Lobos. There's the snap to Winecki. He's pressured. He rolls to the left, still rolling, goes backwards. It crosses the 30-yard line, and he's going to be about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be fourth down, and here comes the punt team for the Lobos with 8:40 to go, first half. Tackle was by Omar Prieto Davila, the senior linebacker for the Henderson Hawks.
Yeah, that quarterback ran a long ways and had some nice moves in the backfield, but eventually just couldn't escape Davila.
So fourth down and long, 1 punt already blocked tonight for the Hawks. Let's see if this one's blocked. There's the snap. It's punted. It's away, waiting for it as it bounces at the 40-yard line of Henderson, still on the ground, being downed on the play by the Lobos. And Henderson will take over first down and 10 with 7:54 to go in the first half, up 43-0. Let's see if they can add to this lead. It seems like their longest drive of the game was probably their first drive that resulted in a Henderson punt. But on average, every play has been about 2 plays where it starts out to, Romello Boykin for about 20 to 30 yards or Braden Mueller or, a long run. So let's see what the Hawks do right here as there's...
Yep, Henderson has the ball at the 36-yard line, and here they go.
Their own 36, they have to go 64 yards for a touchdown. And there's 2 wide receivers on the left. In the pistol formation, there's the snap. It's a handoff as he is wrapped up for a loss of a couple yards. I believe is that Artis Duncan out there, number 20, with the running the ball for the Hawks?
I didn't catch that. I got the tackle.
I believe that's Artis Duncan. Tackle was Asher McCain, but I think lined up in the gun with 3 receivers on the right, 1 to the left, with 7:17 to go in the first half, and a 43-0 lead, are the Hawks. There's a snap to Chance Pierce. He throws the ball deep, has a man. That ball is caught. 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Braden Mueller. I believe that's number 3, Braden Mueller. It is, and it's a 66-yard touchdown pass on the second play of the drive, which has been their average so far in this game. Henderson with a 49-0 lead, 7:02 to go.
Well, you called it. Hendrickson is lightning in the bottle, and they strike fast on 2 plays, 66 yards, and pay dirt. This game is getting way out of hand, and we still got a lot of time to play.
We got a lot of time to play. We got some interviews coming up at the half. We got some performances at the half. There's the snap, the hold, the extra point is up, and it's good by Mercado. And the lead now, 50-0 Hendrickson. 7:02 to go in the first half. We'll we'll step aside for a moment. 50-0 Hendrickson leads. 7:02 to go first half. Hawk football will resume in a moment. We are back here on the HHS network. Hendrickson with a commanding 50-0 lead against the Lehman Lobos. 6:47 to go with the running clock now, as the clock is running. There's the kickoff, and it's fielded at the 30 near the 30-yard line. Tackle on the play. There is 2 Hendrickson Hawks as the clock will continue to run, and then it stops after the play. But 6:34 to go, second quarter. Tackle made for Hendrickson. Number 23, Brody Martinka with the tackle. So here come the Lehman Lobos, trailing 50-0. There's one other game, folks, going on in District 12 5A Division I tonight over in Bob Shelton Stadium, home of these Lehman Lobos. The Hayes Hawks are hosting the first place undefeated Anderson Trojans, who lead 14-7. Again, Anderson 14, Hayes 7 in the second quarter. There's the snap. It's a handoff as the clock continues to run. We're at 6:15 to go in the first half. In a very comfortable and relaxed Hawk sideline right now. Tackle made by Logan Ryle, the offensive lineman. That's a junior. 6 minutes to go. There's the snap as the ball's thrown out of bounds, incomplete.
We're going to get an offsides call on Hendrickson that time. That player right over center just was fooled by the hard snap count and jumped, and Lehman got a free play out of that. So the pass was incomplete, but we're going to see a 5-yard penalty, and now that'll put it ball at 6 yards to go, second down.
So it's also a running clock right now. So it looks like they did stop the clock on the after about 20 seconds of the penalty yardage.
Yeah, and I actually called that too quick. They just did move the 5-yard penalty, so now it is a 2nd and 2 for Lehman.
2nd down and 2 for the Lehman Lobos. There's the snap as pressured on the play. That's quarterback Wonecki. He's going to be stuffed on the play, loss of a yard or two, and nice play there by the Hendrickson defense making the tackle. That's number 88, Jacob Hackard. Also the player for the Hawks that caught that 2-point conversion earlier on the botched snap that was fumbled on the hold, and then the holder found Hackard for the 2-point conversion, and Hackard was the player with the tackle there. Third down, 5 minutes to go in the first half. Hendrickson up 50-0. Weiss led these Lehman Lobos about 5 weeks ago on this field, 61-0 at the half, ultimately winning 87-0. There's the snap rolling to the right. That's Wonecki, and it's incomplete, almost picked off by a couple Hendrickson Hawks in the area, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that pass was intended for David Rivera. He seems to be their main go-to guy. but he was in double coverage and was not able to make the play. In fact, it looked like Hendrickson had a chance to pick that off, and there was nothing but green between him and the end zone. So, fortunate break for Lehman.
Go ahead.
They're now in punt formation.
If you're just tuning in, it was an incomplete pass, and you may ask why the clock's running. It's at the point in the game right now where they're just going to, both coaches agreed on a running clock to get us to the half, as there's a one-handed nice catch there after a high snap. That could have been a disaster for the Lobos, as it was a high snap from the center, or for the long snapper, and it was a one-handed catch, as there's a flag way back at the 30-yard line of Lehman. Let's see what the call is.
That was a nice punt by Lehman. That ball traveled all the way down to the 12-yard line of Hendrickson from line of scrimmage at the 37. So what is that, 38, 48, roughly a 50-yard punt. Not sure what the flag was about. Oh, it actually, I think I saw a little bit of movement in the backfield for Lehman prior to the snap, and they may be going to make Lehman punt this over.
So the flag was against Lehman,
Well,
you're saying? It looks like?
It looks like they just walked off 15 yards against Lehman. So I'm not sure what the call was, because the ball was touched down at the 12-yard line, but the refs just marched off 15 yards, and that'll be Hendrickson ball at the 27.
So first down and 10, Hendrickson in the pistol formation, as motioning from left to right. That's Hunter Hicks. There's a snap. It's a handoff to the running back who crosses the 30-yard line. I believe that's Artis Duncan. It is, and he takes the ball for about 7 yards. Tackle made on the play.
Didn't get it's number 36 on the tackle. How about we'll call Carlos Aviles, since we don't have 36.
Okay.
But it could have been 26.
So second down, as the clock keeps running, 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first half. There's the snap to Chance Pierce. He rolls to the left, throws, has a wide open Braden Mueller, and it is incomplete. I shouldn't say he was wide open as the ball was thrown, but then coming back to it, he had to come back to it with it being a little underthrown, and nice defensive play knocking it away by James Thomas, the sophomore. And it is going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Hawks as this clock continues to wind on a running clock. Coming up, just another reminder at the half, we'll take a short minute to 2 minute break, and then we'll come back and have a couple of basketball players from the girls varsity team joining. There's the snap. It's a handoff to Artis Duncan, 30, 35, 40. As he hits a wall, 40, still on his feet, 45, 50. He finds an edge on the right side, cuts inside midfield as he is tackled near the 35-yard line by Lehman, and it was a nice run by Artis Duncan. Tackle was by Nathan Wall, and there was a flag on the play back at the 47-yard line of Hendrickson. Let's see what this call is. It looks like he's going to come back. Yeah, it looks like it was a hold against Hendrickson. It'll back him up. When it was 3rd and 4, that'll be probably about 3rd down and 14.
Yeah, I think when Duncan ran into that wall, somebody got a little bit of jersey in there and was able to free him up to continue his run, and didn't get away with it. They've backed it up.
So we're at the 2-minute timeout. We'll take a quick break. The 2-minute timeout here in high school football. You're listening to Henderson Hawk Football. We are back here, Hawkeye Story Network. Hendrickson up 50-0 with 2 minutes to go at the 2-minute timeout here in high school football. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for Hendrickson after the hold. It was a spot foul, so it's 3rd down and 2. Wiping away the long Artis Duncan run. There's the snap. Chance Pierce has it. He crosses the 40, 45, 50. Still on his feet, and he goes out of bounds inside Lobo territory at the 45 of the Lobos, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 on the Chance Pierce quarterback keeper option from on the left side of the field. 1:32 to go in the first half. So it is 1:28 to go. Here come the Hendrickson Hawks trying to score again. As looks like there was another hold on the play as they're going to walk the Hawks back.
Yeah, it was a big. Well, they're bringing the chains back too. So chains must have already been moved, and to sync up with the advance of the ball, but they just brought them back. And they're showing 1st and 10 from the Hawk 41.
So 1st down and 10, Hendrickson, 1:15 to go in the first half. There's the snap to Artis Duncan. He's tackled on the play, and there's 67 seconds to go in the first half. Tackle made by Mark Trevino, the senior. And there's 60 seconds now. The Hawks do not look like they're in any hurry. Then again, they have scored on 2 plays almost every drive this game. There's the ball. It's thrown. Caught at the 50-yard line. Making the catch for Hendrickson. That is number 18 for Hendrickson. That is Weston Sawyer, the junior, and there's 40 seconds to go as it's 1st down and 10. Hendrickson making the tackle. That's Jaden Thomas. And here come the Hawks at the Lobos 45. There's the snap to Pierce. He throws the ball deep. Has the guy, a man open. That's J.J. Costin. 10-5, touchdown, J.J. Costin. And it is 56-0 in favor of your Hendrickson Hawks. 23 seconds to go. But there is a flag on the play at the 24-yard line. Let's see what this is. As I believe this will be against the Lobos because here comes the kickoff, the kicking team for Hendrickson.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there. The guy that caught the touchdown, he had everybody beat, and it was a great throw, nice, soft, lofting throw out in front, and he was able to catch it in stride and finish the run last 15 yards into the touchdown, into the end zone.
So here comes Bruno Ricardo for his. There's the snap for another extra point. The hold, the kick is up, and good. Wait, it's no good.
It went wide right. It looked like he didn't hit it real well, and it went just to the right of that right upright.
So there's 23 seconds to go in the ball game, or in the first half, I should say, and what feels like it could be the ball game. It's 56-0 Hendrickson as the Hawks are looking to put this game on ice before halftime. And we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the final 23 seconds remaining. You're listening to Hawk Football. We are back here on the Hawkeye Story Network. As there's 23 seconds left on a running clock, there's the kickoff. It's a pooch fielded at the 30-yard line, called for a fair catch. No flags. Let's see if the clock continues to run. That was Rivera on the fair catch. And Dad, if I'm Lehman, I expect nothing but a kneel down right now to get in the locker room.
I think that's probably a good call. Let's get to the halftime locker room and see if we can't figure this thing out.
Well, it's a 56-0 lead right now for the Hawks. This is the second biggest margin that the Lehman Lobos have dealt with this year on this field. At the half against the Weiss Wolves, it was 61-0 at the half, 87-0 final. Let's see if the Hawks can come back and have a fighting second half, or if they're going to put this game on ice and, let some of the seniors have fun with it. Let's see.
Yeah, if they do like they did at College Station last week, Pierce ran the first half at quarterback, and then Vallejo came in the second half. And looks like tonight they are just going to hand off up the middle, short gain, and I think that's going to do it for this first half.
It should. Then again, the average drive for the Hawks tonight has been 2 plays. So if that's going to do it, looks like it is. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have varsity girls basketball interviews here on the future award-winning Hawkeye Story Network. You're listening to Hendrickson Hawk Football. We are back here. The score at the half, Hendrickson 56, Lehman 0, which I wish I could say was the biggest lead in the stadium against the Lobos this year, which was 61-0 Weiss. Regardless, I am joined tonight by 3 girl basketball players on the varsity girls team from the Hendrickson Hawks. Tonight I'm joined by number 3, I believe that's Jaden West, number 5, Jordan West, number 13, Trinity Jackson. Are the numbers accurate?
No.
Is it backwards? So Jordan's 3, Jaden's 5, you're 13. Perfect. All right. Again, the second interview, so I'm trying to get it better. So anyway, so tonight I'm joined by y'all 3 ladies to come on talk about girls hoops that's coming up. First question, and what we'll do is I'll ask a question. Each of you can answer one by one at a time. First question to, I believe, Jaden. Jaden West. You have Jaden West, Jordan West, Trinity Jackson. So first question. Last year, y'all, I believe I started doing basketball games for y'all playoff time, which was some of the best games I got to do all of last season, football, basketball, and baseball. Y'all made it to the 4th round of the playoffs, getting defeated in a close game against district champion Georgetown over at Weiss. Throw out the result. What can you say about the entire season last year and the fight that the team went through, starting with you, Jaden?
I think us losing 4th round was sad. Obviously, it was devastating. But I think this year we're going to come back stronger. And yeah.
Now, is there something that you're looking forward to going into this season compared to the last season? That because what year are you in school right now?
26. I
You're
graduate this year.
You're a senior. Are all 3 of you seniors?
Yes.
Okay, we got 3 talented seniors that are going to step up this year, no doubt. So before I let Jordan answer, what would you say is something you want to take from last year that you want to take into your senior year, from junior year to senior year?
Definitely holding each other accountable and playing together as a team, being more teammates.
Perfect. Well, we'll move on to Jordan West, number 5, I believe, right? Or is that backwards again? Number 3, again. I'm going to have these, going from game to game to game, you learn to memorize a lot of the players' jersey numbers. And so, well, we'll go with Jordan, number 3. Same question to you that I had asked. And y'all are sisters, correct?
Yeah, but twins.
That's what I thought. But I've announced games before, had same last names, but different, not related. So I assumed, but wanted to check. So same question I asked your sister here. Last year playoffs, y'all made it all the way to the 4th round. As y'all said a few minutes ago, it was a short exit, as we had probably state intentions. In your thoughts, what is something you learned from last year, and can Hendrickson get back there again this year?
I definitely think Hendrickson can get back there. One thing I learned from last year was that we just have to stay together when times get tough and not, doubt each other in, the minutes that matter.
So I believe, let's see, we played Anderson, then we played Victoria West, followed by LaPorte, followed by Georgetown. Out of those games, I felt like the first 3 were probably over around halftime. Did y'all ever feel like, and this will lead into Trinity, your question here, did y'all feel like those games were ever in doubt, and except for maybe the Georgetown game, which I think was the only game we trailed at halftime? Well, we'll start with Trinity.
I wouldn't say doubt, but it was definitely not everything is like going to be given to you. We still have to get out there and work. It wasn't a given, definitely, but yeah.
So same question I've asked so far. Your thoughts on the playoff run last year and what you want to take from your junior year into your senior year? Because you and I believe, was it Waters? Mm-hmm. Y'all made some big, the whole team stepped up. And it was as Coach Neely says for baseball, everyone on the team are all heroes in waiting. And that's what the entire basketball team was. You had players from every game chip in, whether it was the first shot, the middle of the half, middle of the game, last shot of the game. Everyone chipped in. But I believe you and Waters, especially you down low, you took your strengths down low and did very well. What is something you want to do this coming year as a senior leader?
I just really want to be a good teammate, motivate everybody to be better, pick up the work ethic and stuff like that.
What are your thoughts on next question? And this will go in a cycle again. Trinity, what are your thoughts on the upcoming season?
I'm excited because like we're seniors, and I feel like we have a really good chance. Like I've seen how we like turned our behavior around this year somewhat, so like we've been doing like really better. I've been seeing like big improvements in practice, so I'm just excited. I think we'll go far.
What would you say, Jordan? What would you say from last year? What are you looking forward to in the upcoming season?
I'm really looking forward to the tournaments. I feel like we're going to do really good. And I think that we're going to get really far this season.
So I've done a little bit of homework. I've talked to Coach Sierra, on like the schedule and stuff, but I haven't done my homework too deep because we're still in football season a little bit. What would y'all, without me looking, who would y'all say besides probably Hendrickson is Georgetown still the favorite in the district? Would y'all say, or is it Hendrickson's time? Because that's what I was thinking. I feel like it's Hendrickson's league and everyone else is just a part of it, and so. But, next question, like I've asked her, as I asked Trinity, question for you, Jaden. There's two K-State twins, Jalen and Rylan. Anyways, Jaden, what are your thoughts on the upcoming season?
I'm excited because compared to last season, this season, we've definitely improved a lot. Behavioral-wise, we've started we're more teammates, being with helping each other out, not doubting each other, holding each other accountable and stuff. So I'm excited for this season. I think we'll go for it.
Well, I got to say, before I move to the third question, I got to say last year, since I just started doing this in football, I did mostly the guys' games, and then I did only girls' playoffs just because I was by myself, and I was like, y'all made the playoffs, and I was like, man, I need to flip it around and, even it out. And so I was like, I wished I had done so many more girls' games because it was fun to watch. It was very exciting, great coaching from not just Coach Sierra, but the entire coaching staff. That y'all play with heart. Y'all represent the H logo on your shirt perfectly. So third question, and we'll go back that way, starting with Jaden.
Yes.
Jaden. So is there a teacher you've had at Hendrickson or you currently have that has been a huge part of your life on just your regardless if it's basketball, if it's just any part of your life that they've influenced that you'll take for the rest of your life?
I would definitely have to say Coach Saunders, just because I've been with him the longest, besides Coach Fiero. But I've been with him the longest, and I was on the AAU team, and he would just work with me inside, on the court and off the court. So some of the stuff that he says isn't just meant to be on the court, but I can also take it to the real world and expand from there.
And you said that's Coach Saunders?
Yes.
Great answer. And then Jordan West, number 3, right? Number
Yes.
3.
Yes. I would have to agree with Jaden. I feel like Coach Saunders has been my biggest inspiration since I've been at Hendrickson. I feel like he gives me a lot of good advice that I can use off the court and on the court. And I feel like he keeps me motivated to keep going and get better.
Man, Coach Saunders must be a legend.
He is.
They're going to have to, put up a picture of him on the wall from the good things. That's good. And as me and Coach Cross say on the radio, there's always good things happening at Hendrickson High School, and y'all are doing a good job on this. And so keep it up. And then Trinity, teacher you've had currently or in the past that has made a big impact on your life.
Yeah, I would have to say Coach Saunders as well. He just really motivates me and pushes me to be the best version of myself. Even off the court, like Jaden was saying. Yeah, he's a great motivator.
I need to get Coach Saunders on this radio.
Coach Cross is great too.
Oh, he is.
He's amazing.
Have y'all ever? So I got to ask. When he's in class, does he ever say "Boy, howdy"? Does he ever? Do you ever listen to him on the radio? Because whenever something good happens, his favorite go-to thing, and Coach Dvorak gives him a hard time. It says because he always goes, "Woo, boy, howdy!" He always just goes nuts. So when you see him, you have to say "Boy, howdy." All right?
I got you.
So, all right. Well, and we'll fourth and final question. Start with Trinity. Favorite Hendrickson High School moment up to this point, and it could even be before you were a student there, if you came to games or basketball games as a middle schooler, or up to now. But I'm sure as fun as Hendrickson is, There's probably a lot of good ones.
Yeah, there's like a lot of good moments. So I don't think I could really like just pinpoint one, but I do enjoy like our tournaments like out of city and even in city. It's like really fun, and we get to like bond at these tournaments and stuff.
Yeah, I see on Twitter/X a lot, the athletic director and then the girls basketball Twitter will post pictures of y'all at like dinners and stuff having a good time after these tournaments. All right, Jordan, favorite Hendrickson Hawk memory so far?
I think my favorite Hawk memory was the tournament that we had over Christmas break. I feel like that was really fun, and the food was really good. And we bonded a lot, and we got along, and we were able to like get to know each other better because we didn't get put in the same hotel room as like the people we always.
No, I
talk to.
totally understand. Totally understand. All right, last question for you, Jaden. Same thing. What would you say favorite Hendrickson Hawk memory?
I would definitely have to agree with them. The tournaments, like when we go to, like our spring break tournament when we went to, I think it was Bryan or College Station. Could be wrong. But we definitely, because she separates our rooms, so she tries to divide the cliques because there's always going to be like certain people that get along with each other and that just naturally click with each other. But when we get, like when we do the hotels, we get to know everybody else. And it's fun that way, and we all end up meeting up somewhere. So it's fun.
Well, y'all have done a great job on this halftime interview. I don't know if Coach told y'all or if I mentioned earlier. So basketball, I think for y'all, starts Tuesday, November the 11th at Cedar Ridge. That'll be my first game I'm doing this season. So I'll do a couple road games. I think I'm doing at Cedar Ridge, at McNeil, at PHS, and then the rest of them home games. So as long as y'all are making them shots, making the radio announcer have something to go nuts about, I hope y'all are having a good time on the court, enjoying y'all senior year. And before I give y'all opportunity to say any final words, go into y'all's senior year, have a blast, regardless if y'all win the state championship or how far y'all go. Enjoy it, because from someone that is a Hendrickson graduate 2011, I miss Hendrickson fun, and it's a blessing to be able to come back and do this. And so enjoy it while it's there. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy class. And any final words? We'll start with Jaden.
This season is going to be different from all the other seasons. I want us to all get along, have a good time, and I don't want to take any of like the moments we have right now for granted because I won't be able to do that next year. So,
well, again, enjoy every minute, because you blink. It feels like yesterday I was in here with Coach Cross for the Belton game, if y'all were here for that first game against Belton, and it feels like that was 2 weeks ago, but that was back in towards the end of August. So it's crazy that we only have one game left after tonight. Jordan West, number 3, any final words?
Yes, I have to say, just pray for us and make sure you come out and support us because we will win.
That's a fact. That is a fact with a capital W right there.
Yes, we will. This season we will. We have to.
Capital W. Trinity, any final words for the listeners out there? Maybe Coach Sierra, maybe the coaches behind you, maybe any of the opponents that will be intimidated by as many points as you'll score in the paint.
Yeah, I agree with them. Like, I feel like we want it more this year, so we'll apply the pressure, have fun regardless, and just not take anything for granted.
Well, again, y'all three have done an amazing job on this radio broadcast at halftime. I'm looking forward to coming to a bunch of the games and starting my basketball journey this year with girls basketball at Cedar Ridge, November the 11th. I believe that's a 7 p.m. tip-off. Freshmen, 5:30. I think JV's also at 5:30. Come out, support the Hawks. If you can't, listen to it on the radio. We have a crowd mic now. And, it'll be fun. So this concludes our interview here at the halftime of Hendrickson and Lehman with 10 minutes, 30 seconds to go until the third quarter starts. The victory tap third quarter, I should say. But, again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back in a little while with more Hendrickson Hawk football on the future award-winning Hawkeye Soaring Network. We are back here on the Hawkeye Story Network for tonight's final home game of the season for your Hawks as they have a commanding 56-0 lead against the Lehman Lobos here at the field. And kicking things off tonight to start the second half, as we already have a running clock, is Bruno Ricardo lined up to kick the ball off for the Hawks. And it is caught at the 20-yard line by Lehman. He is cutting to the right, 30, 35, near the 40-yard line. And that is where the Hendrickson Hawks defense will start for the first half, or second half. Dad, let's recap the first half. So Hendrickson's up 56-0 on a couple stops on defense. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, there we go. First half, Hendrickson capitalized on Lehman mistakes. There's really not a lot that the Lehmans could get going, and I didn't count the number of fumbles, but just a lot of mistakes, and that it translated into Hendrickson scores.
There's the pass. It's intercepted. 40, 30, 20, 10, touchdown. Is that number 7?
Number 7.
Number 7. I believe that is Khalil Stewart with the pick 6, and it is the senior defensive back with the pick 6 first play. Hendrickson takes the lead 63-0.
And that's a backbreaker. That kind of just summarizes what happened in the first half. Is Lehman just could not get out of their own way and making mistakes, and Hendrickson capitalizing.
So Hendrickson is 1 point away right now for tying the amount of points they've scored in a game this year, which was 63 at Lockhart in a game they won 63-6. Lining up for the extra point, I believe this is Paolo Aldabon. There's a snap, the hold, the kick is right down the middle, and it's 63-0 as the Hendrickson Hawks have scored with 10:42 to go here in the Victory Tap third quarter. We'll take a quick break, and Hendrickson Hawk football will be back in just a moment.
Welcome to the Victory Tap, a locally owned and operated sports bar. Located at 111 East Main Street in Pflugerville, Texas. Cold beverages, a full bar menu with awesome food and TVs everywhere. Along with a friendly staff here at Victory Tap. We are here to serve everyone like a winner. Since the inception of sports, athletes have dedicated themselves to being the best. Here at Victory Tap, we strive for the same dedication to be the best. With ice-cold beverages, incredible food, and great service. Come over to Victory Tap and let us take you to Victory Lane.
We are back. HHS Network in the Victory Tap third quarter. Hendrickson has scored on one play in this half as the clock continues to run. And lining up to kick the ball off, it's Brennan Ricardo. Let's see if the Hawks can get another stop. Was the extra point missed? Because I thought he said good. It still says 62-0 on the scoreboard. It was 56-0. There it is. Now it's up. 63-0. As the clock continues to churn, and it is a 5-yard penalty against the Hawks, I think, on a false start on the kickoff team. So kicking off from their 35-yard line, it's 63-0. Hawks lead against the Lobos of Lehman High School. Here comes the kickoff. It's deep, and it is caught at the 13-yard line. Here comes Lehman, 20, 25, 30, still on his feet, going out of bounds. This could be a late hit. Let's see. I don't think they're going to see a flag. That was borderline. Tackle made by number 5.
Well,
or
that was Nick Crawford on the return. I didn't get the tackle.
That is perfectly fine as the clock continues to tick. I want to give it. I want to give a shout out to the girls basketball players that came on, Jaden West, Jordan West, and Trinity Jackson. Great interview, and looking forward to watching the basketball girls team play this season. First game is Tuesday, November the 11th at Cedar Ridge. In motion from right to left, there's the snap. It's a handoff to the running back, and he is stuffed on the play after getting wrapped up by the Hendrickson defensive player. That's Tamarian Cloud. And let's see if the Hawks can get another takeaway. Second down and 14, 8 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the Victory Tap third quarter. Two receivers on the right, one to the left. There's the snap. It's a handoff to the Lehman running back. He is stuffed on the play. I think that was number 8 for Lehman, their running back. That was Josiah Espinoza. He's tackled by Braylon Bryce, the junior linebacker, and it's going to be third down.
Jaden did a nice job of filling the hole, and the running back just ran right into him. Nice form tackle. Looks like no gain on the play. It'll be third and 14.
Third down and 14 for the Lehman Lobos. 8 minutes to go in the Victory Tap third quarter. There's the snap to Wanaki. He throws the ball. That ball is picked off at the 48-yard line, but there are multiple flags on the field. Let's see if this is – the Hawk team thinks this is going to be on Lehman. Let's see. Is this a possible push-off? Let's see. Oh, it's a pass interference on the defense. Roman Villasenor is on the coverage, and he was called, I believe, for the defensive pass interference.
Well, looked like he made the interception.
Regardless, it was defensive pass interference, but nice catch by that young man. 7:40 to go in the third quarter. There's a snap on the possible free play. There's the flag that came in. Ball's thrown. Caught.
Great catch
by number 12, and he is still going. That was caught by the tight end, Tristan Benton, the junior, with his second catch of the night. And this penalty, I assume, will be declined. It'll be first down and 10 in the red zone for the first time tonight. I assume it'll be declined. It is, and it's first down and 10, Lobo, 7:08 to go in the third quarter. Nice pitch and catch there on the free play from quarterback Gunnar Winecki to tight end Tristan Benton for his second catch of the night, a gain of about 35 yards. So the Lobos are in the red zone for the first time tonight at the Hawk 23 snap. It's an option kept by the quarterback, and he is wrapped up, thrown down, making the tackle. That's number 21, I believe.
Yeah.
Zabrian Brown with the sack, and it is second down and 13. Nice play as he blew through the line for the sack. So there's the snap. As it's, I believe, was that a run play on the outside?
It was just a short pass into the flat. Looked like Cooper Rodriguez on the defensive play. But they had it sniffed out, Hendrickson did, and was able to make the stop for no gain.
So third down and 13 as the Lobos are, you would imagine that they are in field goal range, but I don't know if a team would want to kick the field goal just to get on the board, or if they want to. Let's see if the Hawks can get a stop down here on third down first. There's the snap. Winecki throws to the left. Ball caught at the 18-yard line. He was short of the first down. Second effort, I believe he's got it, as the line to gain was the 13. He goes down at the 11.5-yard line to move the chains.
That was Trevor Marino on that reception for Lehman. We lost our lights here in the room.
Someone forgot to pay their electric bill. It is first down and 10, 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. There's the snap, ball thrown by Winecki, and it's way high as there's a flag on the play.
And they're going to call a false start on Lehman.
We are back after some light technical difficulties have been fixed. It is going to be third down, and
This be third and goal.
as the ball was back on the 15-yard line, as Principal Michael Greb is right outside our window talking to some members of the band, having a good time, big smile on his face after the gauntlet of playoff teams is over. There's the snap as Winecki's rolling to the right. Under pressure, tackle is broken, but that one's not going to be broken as he goes down near the 29-yard line where it's going to be fourth down, where it was once upon a time. Tackle made by Caleb Davis. It was once upon a time, I think, first and goal at the 8, maybe. And now they've gone backwards about 28, 29 yards.
Lehman's going to call timeout and talk about it. They've got the ball now on the 20-yard line. It's going to be third down. And I think Lehman would definitely like to come away with some points here, so they're going to have a talk.
We'll take a break. 3 minutes, 7 seconds to go. Victory tap third quarter. Hendrickson 63, Lehman 0. This is Hawk football. Hendrickson 63, Lehman 0. 3:07 to go. Victory tap third quarter, excuse me. As it's third down and 20. I thought it was fourth down, but apparently the yard marker was not accurate, unless this is. Regardless, there's the snap. Winecki throws, waiting for it. 10, 5. Did he get in? He's down at the 1-yard line where it'll be fourth down and goal.
Yep, that was number 2, David Rivera on the catch. Nice play, ball down to the 2-yard line. It's going to be fourth down and goal from, they're going to mark it at the 3-yard line. Actually, no, they're at the 1-yard line, aren't they? Ball's at the 1-yard line. It's fourth down for Lehman.
If you're a Hawk fan, if you're a Hawk football player, I should say, you want to keep this team out of the end zone as much as you can.
Well, here we go.
There's the snap. Handoff. Stuffed on the play. Turnover on downs as the Lehman Lobos cannot convert. Stuffing the running back. That's David Narvaez, the senior defensive lineman, keeping the Lehman Lobos out of the end zone. As I hear multiple whistles at first thinking there was a flag on the play, but I think that's just let's get the game going as the clock's going to continue to run on the whistle of the head official. .222 to go as Pete Vallejo is now in at quarterback. And let's see if the Hawks offense can move the sticks a couple times, eat some clock, had a nice drive here as they've had one interception, pick 6 so far in the half. From left to right in motion, I think that's Trevor Morgan. 5, he's down at the 9-yard line. Again, seeing that young man on the field tonight is very humbling on senior night. Tackle made by DJ Arenas. Trevor Morgan is a senior, and he started the season off for the Hawks about 9 weeks ago against the Belton Tigers with a kickoff return touchdown on this field on the opening play of the season. 2 receivers on the left side of the field, 2 to the right. There's the snap to Pete. He throws. Ball's caught by number 18, Sawyer. 18, 20, 22-yard line, where it's going to be first down and 10 Hendrickson on the 13-yard pass and catch for Sawyer. Mark Trevino on the tackle, and it's first down and 10 Hendrickson. First down and 10 Hawks, a minute 15 to go in the third quarter, as they're making an announcement for the last fastest fifth grader race, as they are in the playpen under the scoreboard getting ready. 58 seconds and ticking, 3 wide on the right, 1 to the left. There's the snap. It's a quarterback here by Pete. He's wrapped up, and he gets back to the 20 for a loss of 2 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 12. Mark Trevino on the tackle. Score update from Bob Shelton Stadium in Kyle, home of these Lehman Lobos and the Hayes Hawks. Currently in the third quarter, first place Anderson 24, Hayes 14. Looks like the Hendrickson Hawks are going to take this down to the end of the third quarter. We'll take a break. We'll go to the fourth and final quarter. Hendrickson 63, Lehman 0. We'll be right back on the Hawkeye Throwing Network. We are back for the fourth and final quarter here, as it's second down and 12 for the Hendrickson Hawks on their own 20. There's the snap. It's a handoff in the jet sweep formation. Here comes a flag in the backfield, probably for a hold, and that is on the carry.
Number 82.
That was number 82 on the carry for Hendrickson. That was Matthew Dominguez. But I think this is going to come back on a hold, and it is. It'll back the Hawks up 10 more yards. It'll be second and 22. So second down and 22, 11:15 to go in the fourth and final quarter. After this play, we will preview the last game of the season for the Hendrickson Hawks. As in motion comes, I think, Dominguez again. 10, 20, 30, out of bounds, and that could be a late hit, but I don't think they're going to throw it, and I don't blame them in a game like this.
That was Logan Clark.
That was Logan Clark, excuse me. the Logan Clark, one of the outfielders for the Hendrickson Hawks on the baseball team. Gerardo Ortiz on the tackle.
Looks like Hendrickson did pick up the first down on that. And we'll now have a 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line.
So in motion goes number 82, Dominguez. It's a handoff up the middle for a gain of about 5 or 6 yards. It'll be second down as the clock is almost under 10 minutes to go in the ball game. We'll take a second to preview our upcoming game. So next week, the Hendrickson Hawks are on a bye week as there's 9 teams in the district. There's always one team off, as this week the Weiss Wolves are off. Next week on Halloween, the Hawks will be off trick-or-treating. And then they will finish the season out in week 11 on the road at Bastrop Memorial Stadium in Bastrop, Texas, Friday, November 7th at 7 p.m. Season finale, game number 10 for the Hawks, as they look to finish the season 5-5 for the second straight year. Again, next Friday, November the 7th, or no, 2 Fridays from now, as they're on a bye next week, 2 Fridays from now, the Hawks will be on the road as the run was made by Holden Calvert. But 2 Fridays from now, Bastrop Memorial Stadium in Bastrop, Texas, 7 p.m., the Hawks will end the season on the road at Cedar Creek against the Eagles, and you can hear it here on the Hawk High Story Network. Dad, as we wind down this game, as we're under about to be 9 minutes, what has impressed you most about this Hawk team here on senior night and homecoming?
Wow, not that play. Number 22 for Lehman blew up the backfield.
That was Artis Duncan, I think, with the carry that just took the handoff, and before he had it,
5 yards. It'll be 4th and 7. What has impressed me the most in the second half? The Hendrickson.
In this game.
In this game. Well, Hendrickson dominated the first half, and they dominated the first series of the second half. But since then, the game kind of slowed down. Lehman actually threatened to score, couldn't get it in. So this game's just moving along quickly now, and I watch Hendrickson with the punt.
Yep, back to punt. That's Matthew Fowler.
And it's going to take a nice Hendrickson bounce down inside the 10-yard line.
As Matthew Fowler's fired up at the 31-yard line, chest bumping his special teams coach. And Matthew Fowler, while we were away at halftime, in between the end of the girls basketball team interview and the opening kickoff of the second half, Matthew Fowler was out there as one of the...
Is he part of the homecoming court?
So there's a shout out for Hawkeye Straight Network.
On YouTube by searching the Hawkeye Story Network on YouTube.
Yeah, here. That was our shout out from the public address announcer, Ed Tidings. I had asked him if he could give a shout out thanking the girls basketball team for coming on and also letting fans know that we're watching the game in person tonight that may want to go back and listen. They could listen to the game if they were watching, the halftime show earlier of homecoming festivities. So, first down and 10, Lehman. Thank you for the shout-out, Mr. Ed Tidings. There's 2 tight ends in motion. There's the snap. It's a handoff. 10, 15. Near the 14-yard line, it was a gain of about 5 on the play. Second down, tackle for the Hendrickson Hawks was Braylon Bryce.
Yeah, that was a nice run there, first down for the Lobos and a gain of 5 yards.
Second down and 5 at the Lehman 14-yard line for the Lobos as the clock continues to tick. And Dad, this may have gone from one of the longest Thursday night games to maybe one of the quickest halves in history if this game just keeps churning, as it's an incompletion.
Yep, that player number 2 for the Lobos, David Rivera, he was running before he caught the ball and just let it go right through his hands. I think he had the daylight in front of him to make the first down, but missed that ball, and it's going to be a 3rd and 5.
I want to give a shout-out to my radio mentor, Emilio the Sarge Juarez, the Lockhart Lions radio broadcaster that I got to join in the box last week on the other side of the press box, on the, I believe, the south side of the press box, and now we're on the north side as there's the snap to the running back. That's number, was it the running back?
That was the quarterback keeper. It was an option play to the left, and the quarterback opted to keep the ball.
Well, it's 4th down, and let's see if the Lehman Lobos would like to go for it here with 6:15 to go. Again, shout out to Emilio Sarge Juarez. He's tuning in and said, great audio, great broadcast, and a big-time blowout. Which, Sarge, I really appreciate it. That was so nice. Last week, putting the Hawkeye Story Network guy in Pflugerville on the camera, what I have to say to that is thank you. And we got revenge on Lehman for you after Lockhart suffered a loss to this team. I believe the first weekend of September or third weekend of September. Regardless, big win for the Hawks and good luck tomorrow against College Station over at Lion Stadium. You'll have to send me a text, Sarge, and let me know if that game is still on at 7 p.m. kickoff or if it's been moved like a bunch of games in the area.
Well, 4th down, the Lobos decided to go ahead and punt the ball. Looked like their quarterback, number 10, may have got shaken up on that play, and Lehman was lined up to punt, but then they decided to call timeout and talk about it. So it is going to be 4th down and 8 when we resume. Lehman's now coming back out, and it looks like they're going back into punt formation.
Well, I want to give a special shout out too to my father, Mark, who has put on the headset and joined me tonight, making it, extremely fun for homecoming. And years ago, when my brother played on the baseball team, my dad did he did the music for the baseball team over at Hawk Field for baseball. He's come to a lot of these games when we were growing up, so he's enjoying this, and I'm glad he's here. 1st down and 10, or 4th down, as the punt team's out there for Lehman. There's the snap. Hendrickson's going for the block. It's a block. It looks like it may have been tipped as it goes maybe 3 yards, bounces to the 10-yard line. It's about the ball was on the 17-yard line, and it's down at the 10, so is that a negative 7-yard punt?
That ball went straight up in the air, didn't make it back to the line of scrimmage, and actually took a friendly bounce for Hendrickson. So that resulted in a change of field position of about 7 yards favorable to Hendrickson.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Now, correction, I've seen something recently. It's crazy that just happened. Recently, there was a video on, I think, Twitter/X a couple weeks ago where there was a punt years back where it was in the back of the end zone. The punter kicks it, and then the defender catches it in the end zone for a touchdown. And so that was probably as similar as it'll get because they punted. The ball was on the 17. The punt was probably from about the, 10 or 11? Where the punter was standing.
Back inside the 5.
And it went straight up in the air and bounced to the 10-yard line. So 1st and 10, Hendrickson at the 14-yard line. As Emilio the Sarge Juarez just answered my question and said, I believe their game has been moved to 6 p.m. I don't know what it is, Sarge. When y'all play College Station teams, there's always rain in the forecast like last year. So here we go. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. There's the snap to A.J. Fowler. He takes it, and it's on the ground, fumbled. And here comes Lehman as they get to near the 25-yard line. Was that knocked out, or was that just...
I think the number 72 was Taylor Gafford, the defensive lineman for Lehman. He just ripped the ball right out of the hands of the Hendrickson running back. And all of a sudden, the ball's going the other way. And so a little bit of opportunity here now for Lehman to get something going. They're feeling feisty here in this 4th quarter with under 5 minutes to go.
Well, I'm not the coaching staff, but speaking from, having Coach Cross do these coaches shows, I know after the Lockhart game, Coach was very pleased with the outcome, but there was a few plays down the stretch, I think more towards the end of the second half that got the Lions on the board. I know shutouts, Dad, are very important to this Hendrickson team, and they've only had 1 touchdown in this half. Granted, there's been a running clock, but they went a 0 at the end of the game, and I can tell you Coach Pierce would not be happy if there's not a shutout. There's the snap. It's a little bubble screen, and it looks like he's going to get maybe a yard out of the play. But, again, Hendrickson, 4.5 to go, tackle on the play.
It was Trevor Marino on the reception on that play, gained about 2 yards. Didn't get the tackle.
Dad, Sarge just let me know that it's awesome you're on the headset with me and you're doing a great job.
Well,
any words for the Sarge?
I tell you what, Sarge, I appreciate that. Sam makes this look easy. It's not an easy job. I'm learning a lot tonight, but having a good time.
There's the snap. Ball's thrown. He had his tight end wide open. I think that was number 12, Benton, maybe his favorite target tonight.
Yeah, that was Tristan Benton on the intended, but that ball was just over his head, and had it caught it would have probably been a race to the end zone.
Well, Dad, one final comment. I have a good question for you since we're talking about Sarge real quick while he's messaging me back and forth. So Sarge has, I think, 3 games left as the Lions Pride Sports broadcast announcer, as it's 3rd down, and looks like he's going to be short. So it's 4th down. Any final words as Sarge ends his radio career with 3 games left, Dad? Any final words for the Sarge?
No, just Sarge, I appreciate all you've done to help Sam in his broadcasting career. It's been a real good opportunity for him to engage, and so wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I think you're headed on to bigger and better things, and looking forward to seeing your career proceed.
Very, very nice words there. So there's 2 minutes, 55 seconds to go as you blink, and we're near the 2-minute timeout. There's the snap, ball's thrown, and breaking the tackle, is that Benton again? I think it is, number 12. Trenton, that is Tristan Benton. And it's nice to see, as there's some probably a little chippiness on the sidelines.
Yeah, he got up and wasn't too happy. There were 4 different Hendrickson players on that tackle, and they crunched him pretty good.
Well, it gives you deja vu last week of how that game ended on the last play of that game in College Station Consolidated, Dad, where I think the ball was kneeled, and then a Hendrickson player got pushed down. It just has that feel to it where there's just frustration on one side. Where Hendrickson's been there the last 4 weeks. Tonight, Lehman ran into a very frustrated Hendrickson team.
So was that a 4th down for Lehman that turned the ball over?
I believe so. Good call.
It's now Hendrickson ball 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Let's see if Hendrickson tries to score. There's A.J. Fowler with twin running backs on the left and the right. There's the snap. It's a handoff. 30, 25, still on his feet. That's number 24, Logan Clark, one of the outfielders on the baseball team in the backfield. And let's see. Was that a timeout on the field?
It's a 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout. Good call. We'll take one final break. Hawk football will resume in a moment. We are back as the Hawks are up 63-0, and they're going in a quarterback kneel formation. Great sportsmanship. One of the things that are, very liked probably about Hendrickson right now is the sportsmanship. Hendrickson, no offensive points in the second half, ate a lot of clock, had 1 touchdown off the pick 6 to start the second half, but, again, good sportsmanship by the Hawks to try to not get 70 and to disrespect this Lehman team, as Weiss scored 87 on them, and I think Cedar Creek scored 62 or 68. Tackle. Wait, no.
No,
AJ Fowler, is out there taking the quarterback
He's
knees.
the number 3 quarterback and is
Also
getting
the
a
punter.
and getting a little time in at quarterback position.
So real quick, while he takes a knee with a minute 8 seconds to go, we'll take one final look at our upcoming game. So again, tonight is Thursday, October the 23rd. So tomorrow is Friday. The Hawks will not be playing tomorrow since they play tonight. Fast forward to a week from tomorrow. That is October 31st, All Hallows Eve, a.k.a. Halloween, and the Hawks are the one team in District 12-5A, Division I, off. Actually, I think Lockhart's off too, but they play Thursday. Henderson is idle all next week. Then they go into their final game, Week 11, November 7th, as they get on the buses one final time to go to Bastrop Memorial Stadium to play the Cedar Creek Eagles, who I don't think have won a game in over 4 years, Dad. And if Henderson comes ready to play to end the season, they could maybe do what they did last year, and that's beat Cedar Creek 77-0 in this field. Any final words as we tick away?
No, it looks like this game is 12 seconds from being in the books. They're not even going to snap this fourth down play. Second half just flew by, 4-3-2-1, and ball game. Your Hendrickson Hawks look pretty impressive tonight.
As the fight song's being played, not as dramatic as the Hayes game where the Hawks won and the dancers stormed the field and the players, the dancers, the cheer team, everyone. The Hawks win it 63-0 as the dancers do run onto the field in front of the student section, clapping, high-fiving their team, and waving at the cheer team in their pink ribbons and watching the players high-five, and they are proud, and so is the student section and this alumni that came in tonight, Dad. 63-0 as we will let this close out, and let's preview the Cedar Creek game real quick before the school songs play, Dad. So Cedar Creek, I don't think, has won a game in 4 years. Hendrickson got a lot of weight off their back tonight, taking the 4-game losing streak off their shoulders, and one heck of a game.
Yep. Yeah, it was a great comeback win. Not a comeback, but Hendrickson dominated from start to finish, and it was good to see them on homecoming night have a very favorable game.
Well, they're about to play the school song as we will turn our headset mics off for a second. This is the Lehman Lobo school song, and then the Hawks will follow. We are back for one final time here on the Hawkeye Story Network at the field in Pflugerville, Texas, in the 2025 football season. As the Hawks go on a bye week for Week 10 of high school football, followed by their final game of the season, as playoffs are not going to be this year, but they will be in the future as this team will keep fighting. But again, our final score 63-0. Hendrickson wins it on the field here in Pflugerville against the Lehman Lobos. A lot of respect for that team that kept fighting, has been through a lot of adversity this year, and is going to continue fighting. A lot of respect for that coach and that team. That was Hendrickson throughout a lot of games last year, and a good chunk of this 4-game losing streak. So a lot of respect for them. But again, next game, November 7th at Cedar Creek. Until then, as I always say, you are listening to the voice of Hendrickson Hawk Sports, Sam Russer, saying, you can go anywhere in the world and see birds in the sky, but at Hendrickson, the Hawks are soaring high. Until next time, go Hawks.